Hey folks, can y'all hear us?
Yes. Hello, everyone.
Hey Alexander, hey Stala. Glad y'all could join us today. One of the things that we're going, and it kind of segues into the logo bit. One of the things, since it's, I guess we have time. Yeah, it's basically time, right? Is it 3 o'clock?
Yes.
Yeah, it's 3:03. We'll probably have some people dragging in a little bit late, but that's okay. One of the things that I have noticed recently is that when people, when agents, commercial agents advertise, okay, you have, and you're online, you have various sites that you can advertise on, and it behooves you to put your listings on every site that you have available to you. And you can list for free on Brevitas. You can list for free on Praxi. You can actually list for free on LoopNet, but it's a little, they really prefer that you pay for that one. And I think you can actually put a listing on Comgate. I think, I'm not positive. For free, for free.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there are at least 5 different sites that we can list on. And when you list a property, it behooves you to do that to get the broadest coverage. You want to throw out the biggest net you can to bring someone in. But it's also serving your client. You want to serve your client the best that you can. One of the problems that one of the things that agents need to be aware of is that when you take your listing, one of the responsibilities for the broker is to market the property. And you're supposed to get your property up on a public facing site within 3 days, especially if you're a member of HAR. Okay, 3 days. So, yes.
Does it really apply to commercial?
If you're a member of HAR and you're going to use, let's put it this way. Yes and no. I don't think they've specifically said it's only residential or that commercial is exempted. The only time I've seen anything saying that something doesn't apply to commercial is with regard to this MLS settlement. Because that's for MLS, if you're participating in MLS or an MLS subscriber. And even NAR's attorney has come out and said, this does not apply to commercial sites or commercial real estate. It deals with residential.
I want to tell you that I actually dealt with this problem. And this is the verdict the attorney of the Craig responded with. That commercial people are more sophisticated, so if they choose to sell things off the market, we're not going to get involved. So you can still be hired and not uploaded. So it depends on how your listing agreement is.
And that's what I said. Per the listing agreement, unless the seller says, I don't want this marketed. If they don't put that in, okay, the way the contracts are written is that it's the broker's responsibility to market the property. Okay, so I have had agents that I have gotten a little bit terse with because they decide, okay, well, I've got the listing and I'm going to verbally put it around, but there's no restrictions on the listing agreement saying that it's not to be publicly marketed. Okay, and they're walking around with it thinking the sign is sufficient. Hello, no. Reggie, glad to see you back from India. So anyway, we'll go into some depth in with regard to the marketing stuff, but it just behooves you to get it onto as many sites as you can. You have an obligation to the seller, and you're not doing yourself any favors if you don't because at the end of the day, we want to be seen as professional and we all like to get paid. And the more you're out there, the more you're going to get potential for internet hits. And once CEPI, we finish with CEPI stuff, then we'll talk about some of the other issues with putting your marketing, with actually putting your information on those sites, because there are some things that are being missed that need to be added. Even if you're going to use HAR to put like a multifamily that's 4 doors or less, or if you're going to put land on HAR, you need to still do some things that you would do on commercial sites on your HAR listing as well. Because you have investors, I would imagine, Robert, don't you see that investors also look at HAR listings
They do.
for things?
Only multifamily, most of them, or land.
Right.
Yeah, they do.
So anyway, Steffi has, this morning, she's gonna be showing a property tomorrow at the team meeting that she asked specifically if I could embed the video. And, you know, I'm an embedded video, so said absolutely. And I watched the video, and I have to tell you, I was extremely impressed with the video. And I wanted her to come and talk to us, and she agreed to do it on no notice, to come and talk to us about what she does with her marketing and how she does it. I specifically want you to talk to us about how you did that video for the warehouse, because it's great, it's the bomb. And if I think I can share the screen.
I want to ask you a favor from you. Could you play the video so they see it?
I'm fixing to do that. It's your turn. I'm trying to bring your video up.
I want my marketing has never been, my business has never been ABC, right? I've always been creative, right? And the reason I bring this one up, if she can pull this property 2617 Napoleon.
Okay, hang on 1 second, I gotta get this.
So the reason I'm giving you that property because it's the explanation of how I do things, and she wanted me to talk to you about how I do it. So I know everything that is out there, not everything in terms of marketing, in terms of my knowledge, I'm aware of that. But in most cases, I have to think outside the box how I can make this property actually sold. Because if I do what everyone else is doing, I'm gonna be in the same shoe, right? So I always tell my client, it's not just about the price or just about where the location is. It's about the idea what to do with the property. And then the reason I'm telling you 2617 Napoleon, this was one of those ones. It's a very good example for you to understand and get where am I going with that one platform. Just YouTube. Anyway, if you search into Napoleon, and I'm going to show you my YouTube versus
Too short for this.
yes, if there's a short, please look at that short.
No, I was gonna say I'm too short for the
Oh,
table.
sorry.
I'm too short for the
So
table.
what she's taking it up minus, so, before she plays it, I'm gonna give you, let me see, that's the one is not. No, that's not mine. But the property flipped twice after me. So, okay, back to the subject is, this used to be a motel, one of those motels with a mirror on top. 6,000 square feet lot with 3,000 square feet of building. When I left that motel, police got me. And I had to tell them, listen, my car worth more than this property, okay? Leave me alone. I hope you understand where I'm going with that, right? Okay. So I told my client, pay the price. So my client probably paid about $100,000 more than what the property was worth.
Is it
2617, the Napoleon. YouTube. My client bought this and I told him, convert this property and add kitchen because it was walking distance to U of H, right? And my client used to make fun and says, Steffi, when I sit in a bathroom, I can really feel the stove. It's that close. But it's true. But the student, and I have a mother that my child is in university, students really don't care how big his space is. They want it to be clean. They want a,
They don't even want to.
they want safe.
All right.
They want safe. They want it to be clean. And they want that to be reasonably priced. So 250 square feet by space. That is smaller than the senior. I can search it. Let me finish this conversation. I can lose my. Yeah. Yes. So this property, we spent about $250,000, made it that multifamily that I'm telling you. After that, we leased each unit for 850 to the students, right? So he was in it less than 1 billion. We sold it 1.7 million. Less than a year. Less than a year. Okay.
I don't see it.
Okay, let me find it and send it. It's important. It's gonna be back there. So come on.
You have to go Seppi, go up top Seppi and put the address. Right there, and put the address.
Did it come up?
I remember when you did that.
Right. So everybody was laughing. You of it. Now I'm going to continue with this. The client purchases, right? We made money, we went out. The new buyer hired a very bad property manager. He sits in California. His occupancy and income went down. The property went back to the market. I think it's that one. I think it's that
This one?
I think so. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's the one. Please look at it. This is what we built. Yeah, he sold it for half. Yeah, that's that. That's right. I think it's the one. That's real. I think it's the one. Yeah. This is.
It's not right.
Anyway, so I'm giving you 3 different subjects. Maybe you can see it. Volume is not important. I just want you to see the
Property.
yes, if you click on that square on the right, square so that it gets it bigger. That one is. I just want you to see inside it. I have 3 videos on that. Well, I'm here, I'm talking about. All right, so look at that. It fits only 14 parking. The units are small, little bitty. You'll see how small that is. Look. But look how pretty it is. You see? Kitchen, and you see that little thing. And the bathroom. So you can sit in the bathroom and steer the stuff. Okay, so again, I'm gonna go back. $650,000. It was overpriced. We bought it. I told him do it, and he did it. He spent whatever under 1 million. It was sold, and he made $700,000 in less than a year. Point that I'm making. my point, like, yes, I talked to Marilyn and I made sure, like, this is our name that gets really, really worse. Don't answer the call if you're not in a professional status, right? And if you do, please tell them, I will call you back. And figure things out,
Or don't
and you call them back.
That's what gets back to your point, is the fact that we all have to eventually get to a point to where we are KW commercial nationwide. We are one entity, one unit. Eventually, that will make us stronger,
Sure,
much stronger.
sure it will. What we have to get around though, and people need to be cognizant of this, is we are independent franchises.
Sure.
One of the things that is not happening, that needs to happen, we are all, well, not all of us, but most of us, we're either operating under KW Commercial as, you know, underneath a director, or we are members of KW Commercial directly. We are all KW Commercial. Our market centers and our brokers may not be. We are each franchises, and the first conversation that needs to be had by the KW Commercial leadership, which I'm not seeing, is the conversation with the broker of record or with the OP. That's not happening. It is not, while we provide money, you know, we pay to the market center and we bring production numbers to the market center. You know, they're doing the test with Houston to make it under one moniker. That's not our call. We can encourage and we can request all we want, but they have got to bring in the people who are actually the owners of the franchise. And until that happens, you know, one of the things that I have to say kind of torqued me just a little bit. When we went to the meeting over, imagine that. When we went to the meeting over in the building, the old Honeywell building, and I just dated myself. Some of y'all may not know who Honeywell was. Bozart was there. He's our broker of record. He was not recognized, not once.
Yep.
Not once. What office had the biggest production?
We did.
We did. That kind of attitude has got to stop.
We have to voice
I understand. I understand. It not a sense of concern, and I'm diverging from what I was talking about as far as marketing, but we're like 4 minutes to being out of time. We've got one of the things that has been a concern with a lot of people is that KW Commercial, every time we hear communication coming back, or we sit in on some of these national meetings and things like that, it's always ways to drum up money. It seems to be that there is an awful lot of pressure to, or marketing for third-party applications, third-party apps. The KW Commercial is going to get a piece of, okay? There's always another push for some way to promote an app, to promote a group, to promote a transaction coordination group or whatever for us to pay for. Yeah.
Can I?
Yeah, go
Here's
ahead.
the answer to that.
Yeah.
Right now. Okay, everyone in this room busts their ass, pardon my French, and we all work together as a team, all of us, and beat the hell out of everyone else in this city. That's how we fix it. Only way. No backstabbing, no nothing. What everything that she said, look, if you got any listing, let's all talk about it. Let's figure out how we can try to work. Do you have any questions? Let's help each other.
One of the, you know, one of the things I've always told Michael Bozart, and I told Crowley this when he was here, and I've told Craig Owens this. My fervent wish is to have us get to the point that when, as a group, we go to Summit people go, holy crap, there's Houston.
We go as one.
Absolutely. But they go, holy crap, there's Houston. Because we're producing, because we're a unified unit, and we carry some weight. Robert's absolutely correct. If you unify, you carry a lot of weight. There are a million things, a million different levels that it's still a work in progress that have to be massaged, even with KW Commercial Corporate. And part of that is the communication with the brokers of record, with the OPs, to get them on board and give them consideration for the fact that this is theirs. They pay for this, okay? So it kind of behooves you to talk to the owners. So anyway,
Which to his credit, where those are, it's much more.
well, he absolutely is now, and he's got a commercial background, and he is gung ho. He is absolutely gung ho and on board. So with regard to the subject for today, I really appreciate you coming.
Thank you. Today, I don't want to make people go, but I invite you as anyone ever purchase property, they're successful. Do you know why? Because when they want to sell or buy, they will analyze that property like they want to buy it. So when you want to market a property, for a minute, think if you were going to buy this, what would you have a concern about? And add those information in your flyer, then you do great. Just think about
She walked out of the room when I said.
that.
Pretend like it's your property.
Right, absolutely. Pretend like it's your problem. So does anybody have any questions for Seppi or for Robert or for us or whatever? Any questions?
No, it's nice. Thank you.
I would challenge everyone that does the video, if you've got a phone, you can do a video, buy one of the little sticks or buy something fancy with a gimbal. Do it, go play with it, go do it, and let's see it. Thank you, Stephanie.
Or give Seppi a copy of her to the board.
Well,